This is the story of a sweet 9-year-old boy that came from a school in Indiana with his family. He came from a safe environment where he was doing well, and he ended up in a school in Inglewood where he was immediately bullied by virtually all the students because he was an outsider and because he was different than them. He was not a hard kid. He was a sweet young boy. So the video that you're going to see, what leads up to this is what happens when this nice young man did exactly what he was supposed to do when he was being bullied in school. He continuously went and told his counselor, the principal, anyone that would listen to him. He would talk to them about how he was being bullied. And you'll see that the school didn't like the fact that he was making complaints. The principal didn't like the fact that his mother and his grandparents were doing what they're supposed to do, and that is hold the school accountable.
I feel like everybody in the video that just sat here and just let it happen, nobody stopped it. Someone needs to go to jail for it or something. That's neglect. No, you don't do that. It's endangerment. Like, anything could have happened to my son out there. Anything. In that neighborhood, no, anything could have happened.
And to know that your child is not safe at school and your child is complaining every day and you're doing what you're supposed to do as a parent, confronting the administrator, letting them know what's going on, and they convince you or try to convince you that it's your child doing wrong. And to see this is hurtful. And it needs to stop. And I'm going to say this to the parents out there. Pay attention to your child. Listen to them. Because they're not always wrong.
And this is after he had made continued complaints about being harassed and bullied. He is essentially manhandling him, drags him into the principal's office. Moments later, what happens to him? He gets thrown out of the school. Physically manhandled by this grown man, throws him out of the school, and notice what he's wearing. A pair of khakis and a shirt. Look at what everyone else is wearing inside the building. They're wearing sweaters and jackets. They throw this kid out on the street in Inglewood and leave him there. And to make matters worse, they call the police and they report that there's a missing child. They report that some kid ran out of the school.
This video from a surveillance camera at Fisk Elementary of an incident at the Inglewood school back in March has prompted a lawsuit. It appears to show a security guard pushing a 9-year-old boy toward a door while the school's principal and another adult look on. The lawsuit alleges the boy was left out in the cold by himself without a coat for about a half an hour.
He just sat there. He said that he was scared. He didn't think anyone was coming.
The lawsuit filed against the City of Chicago, the Board of Education, and 3 Fisk employees focuses mostly on the March incident, but also alleges the boy experienced harassment and bullying at Fisk until he was transferred to a charter school in April.
The principal didn't like the fact that his mother and his grandparents were doing what they're supposed to do, and that is hold the school accountable.
According to the lawsuit, the incident began when the boy and another student got into an argument that turned physical. Both boys were sent to the school counselor, but the 9-year-old was targeted, with the security guard being told to drag him outside. The lawsuit then states a school employee was told to call 911 to say the boy walked out of the school and was missing.
This was constantly told to me that they were advocating for my grandson, that he ran out the building, to see that he was actually kicked out the building. And it was 40 degrees that day.
Chicago Public Schools released this statement. Every CPS student deserves access to a safe and welcoming school environment, and the district takes seriously all allegations of student harm. These allegations are deeply disturbing, and we are fully committed to holding accountable any adult whose actions could have endangered a student. A CPS spokesperson said district leadership was made aware of the allegations just today, and the security guard has been removed from his position. The district is also reviewing the principal's actions related to this incident. The boy's family says that he attended school in Indiana where he had no history of disciplinary problems before transferring to Fisk last year. So again, we'll have to see how this plays out.
That video is powerful.
Absolutely.